Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Aaron Ayers at KSAN News, and we are tracking winter weather here in the Concho Valley. If you haven't looked outside today, we've got some winter weather coming down across the area. I'm going to try to follow comments here as best as I can on Facebook Live, so you probably won't see me on screen as much, but you'll see me every now and then. I'll pop up here, walk across the screen, you'll see me, and I'll be here, and we're going to do a little look at what's going on across the region right now. But first, I wanted to show off some of the photos that we've got already from across the area. In fact, I'm going to step off for this so we can just take a look at the pictures. Amanda Burrows sent me this one. Carrie sent me the one in the middle there. She said that the snow was starting to come towards the front door. Yeah, we've got a lot of that blowing snow going on here across the Concho Valley. And if you haven't noticed, we even have some snow drifts in some of the area because of the fact that we've had that blowing snow and the winds driving it everywhere. Ricky sent me the one on the far side of your screen there, and the road is completely covered. That's what we had to deal with earlier this morning. So again, we've had a lot of road issues across the area, a lot of slipping, a lot of sliding. The real problem is that we had all that freezing drizzle before all of this snow. So that's caused a lot of the road issues. So you've got that layer of ice underneath all of the snow that we're seeing. So that's what's making things kind of slick. And the snow itself is also kind of making things slick. Look at downtown San Angelo right now. This is kind of something we've seen before. Completely covered in snow, seeing the roads completely covered in snow. I think we've got one person driving across downtown there. So not very many people though, and that's good news. You want to stay off the roads this afternoon and through this evening because we're going to have multiple rounds of snow showers coming through for us. Some of those are going to be heavy at times. Visibility right now is down to 0 for us here in the Concho Valley, here in San Angelo. Temperature at 12 degrees. That is bitterly cold for us here in San Angelo. And just look at the snow coming down across the area here across downtown San Angelo. Winter weather alerts right now. These go for all of the Concho Valley. This is a winter storm warning. This is going to continue until lunchtime on Monday for us. So we're going to continue to see wintry weather for us as we go into the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. This is going to be a very long duration event. Even after the snow stops here in the Concho Valley, I think we're still going to have problems with snow still on the ground. That's going to be very likely through the morning commute on Monday. We're still going to see those icy conditions because temperatures are not going to get above freezing for us. The other thing is the winds are still going to be strong, so we're going to still see blowing snow for us here across the Concho Valley as we go into the day on Monday. Here's another winter weather alert for us. This is a wind chill warning. This is a little different than what we had last night here in the Concho Valley. This is now a wind chill warning that goes until noon on Monday as well. This is for the entire Concho Valley, where we could see wind chill temperatures, or feels like what it feels like when you step outside, feeling like negative 20 degrees for us here across the Concho Valley. So that's what we're going to be watching for, and frostbite could be a concern. Let's talk about this. This is the winter storm warning text from the National Weather Service office here in San Angelo. Talking about near whiteout conditions, we're seeing some of that now with visibilities near 0. Power outages are possible with this just because of the extreme cold. Also, the icing and some of the snow could bring down some tree limbs and some power lines out with it. Blowing and drifting snow will drop visibility to near 0 at times. We're seeing that right now again. Travel could become impossible. In fact, it's not advised for us as we go through the rest of the afternoon into the evening and overnight hours here in the Concho Valley. Cold wind chills as low as 20 below 0 could result in frostbite on exposed skin as little as 30 minutes for us outside. So I was outside earlier, and that wind just cuts right through you. It's really cold. Not just here in San Angelo, but all across North Texas. 2 degrees in Amarillo, 6 in Lubbock, 12 in San Angelo. Locally, we're seeing temperatures, some in the single digits. It's 8 in Sterling City, 8 over in Ballinger, 12 here in San Angelo, 13 in El Dorado, 13 in Menard, 19 down in Junction. Everybody is feeling the bone-chilling cold here across the Concho Valley. Winds right now out of the northeast at 15 to 20 miles an hour across the Concho Valley. So we're seeing that all across the area. You factor the winds into those temperatures. This is what you get for it feels like -7 in Robert Lee, -10 in Ballinger, -4 here in San Angelo, -5 out in Wall, -4 at Ivy. That's what it feels like outside if you're stepping outside this afternoon and feeling that wind hit you. All right, here's our winter vision radar across the area right now. We've got bands of snow coming through the Concho Valley into Erie County, Tom Green County, everybody here in our northern counties, even down to Schleicher County and El Dorado picking up on some snow, and even into northern portions of Crockett County picking up on some of that snow as well here across the area. So we're going to take a look at this where we are right now across the area. This is what the winter vision radar looks like right now currently. I'm seeing some heavier bands of some snow showing up here on the radar into portions of Erie County. And that's the thing with this system, is that you're going to see areas that pick up some heavier amounts of snow just because they get under some heavier bands here across the area. And it's really going to depend on where you are and where these heavier bands set up for us here across the area. Seeing some of that now into portions of Erie County, seeing some of that there. And we're going to see more snow coming for us as we go through the rest of the evening and into tonight. So we're going to be watching for that here across the Concho Valley as we continue to track out these snow showers. Still seeing some bands back towards St. Lawrence, Big Lake also picking up on some snow. They're in the single digits over there. We're here close to the single digits here in the Concho Valley. We're going to be watching that as we go through time. Wanted to talk about this really quickly. This is where the system is sitting right now, back towards the west, back over towards Albuquerque. There's our upper level low just near El Paso right now. So this system still has some time before it finally comes through the area here. So we're going to continue to see rounds of snow showers here in the Concho Valley as we go through the rest of this afternoon into our evening and even into the overnight hours here throughout the Concho Valley. Let's talk about this whole system in general. This is a large winter weather system here for us, not just here in Texas, but across a good chunk of the United States. The entire state of Texas is under a winter storm warning, from all the way up into the Texas Panhandle, all the way down to Brownsville, Texas, is getting in on some form of winter weather. Let's take our winter storm tracker out for us. We'll go to Sunday at 4 o'clock this afternoon here in a couple hours. We're going to be seeing continued snow showers here in the Concho Valley. I don't think we're going to quite be 18 degrees, but we will be in the teens to single digits for us as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. Still continuing to see bands of snow through the 8 o'clock hour. This doesn't end for our eastern counties until sometime tomorrow morning. Could be close to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning before this all comes to an end and is said and done for us here. Then we've got the cold temperatures and the winds for us as we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week with really cold temperatures for us. Let's take a look at the snowfall forecast. This is the American model. Still going somewhere between 4 and 5 inches of snow here in the Concho Valley. See Junction picking up at 6 here. This is just an idea. It's not a guaranteed. It's just an idea of what we could see across the area. Generally seeing 2 to 3 to 4 inches in our southern counties, picking up a little more in our northern counties. So that's the general idea there, that we could see anywhere close to 4 to maybe 5 inches of snow across the area. Let's talk about this. This is the temperature and feels like for us as we go through tonight, 4 o'clock. It's going to feel like -6 by 7, -7. We're going to hang on to that -7 until we get to 1 a.m. and warm up just a little bit to feeling like -6 for us across the area. Let's talk about power outages, because this is going to be a concern for us as we continue to go through the rest of the evening and into tonight and continuing into Tuesday for us because of the strain on the power grid system across the area due to the cold temperatures and everybody turning up their heat. We could see some areas that have rolling blackouts just to preserve the system. That's what AEP Texas does, and that's what they do to kind of help our grid system stay where it doesn't cause major issues across the area. If a handful of people have to lose power for a little while to reduce strain on the system, it's better than hundreds of thousands of people losing power all at once. But right now, power outages look like this. A handful of power outages through our counties here in yellow. So we're seeing a few of those already reported from AEP Texas across the area. And just keeping in mind, there are some things that you can do to help reduce from having to do a rolling blackout or having as many of those or as little of those as possible. Here are some steps that you can do to help that out. You can turn your thermostat down 2 to 3 degrees between 2 and 8 p.m. Limit use of large appliances to morning or after 8 o'clock in the evening. And you can close your blinds to keep heat inside during the late afternoon. So that's going to help as well. I posted some of these graphics to the Concho Valley homepage in a weather blog, just talking about heater safety and some different forms of heating that you may be using throughout this duration of this storm. I know some of us may lose power overnight tonight into tomorrow, and maybe even on Tuesday. There could be some power outages going into Tuesday morning, as well as that continues to, as cold temperatures continue to be the concern for the power outages here across much of our area. So just keep in mind, if you are going to use something like a space heater, limit your space heaters to one outlet. Only plug one in per one outlet. Never use an extension cord or power strip for heaters. You don't want to do that. That's not the best thing to do. Also, turn your space heater off if you're going to leave your home or if you're going to go to sleep. That's not something you want to run while you're sleeping through the overnight hours. Also, if you're going to use the fireplace, clean your chimney, make sure that's been swept, make sure there's no blockages there. Also, install and test smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. You're going to want to check those as well. Make sure you have fresh batteries and that they are in proper working order. All that's posted again to the Concho Valley website. You can go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com and check out our winter weather blog, preparedness blog on there for that information. If you're going outside, remember to dress for the conditions, limit your time outside. That's especially key for this storm. I know it's really pretty. I know the snow is out. I know the kids want to get out and play in it, but the danger is that we've got really dangerous wind chills across the area, really cold temperatures, and really dangerous wind chills that could lead to frostbite in as little as 30 minutes spent outside. Check on your neighbors, just make sure they're doing okay. Watch for icy areas, especially if you step outside. The snow is going to be a little slippery on paved surfaces, so watch for that. Also, keep those faucets dripping overnight tonight. Make sure that you've got dripping water from the faucets and make sure that things are keeping flowing there for us across our faucets and that we don't wind up with a plumbing issue across the area. And as we take a look at cars, I'm going to just say that driving is off the table for us here. It's not advised. You don't want to do that for us here across the area. But if you are venturing out, if you have to go out for any reason, make sure that you have jumper cables in your car and have a blanket in your trunk. That way, if you do get stuck on the roads, you have a way to stay warm. Pets, let's not forget about the pets, the four-legged friends. Let's not forget about them. Bring them inside if you haven't already. They should have been brought in a long time ago. Provide shelter outside for them if you can't bring them inside, and provide fresh water for them and fresh food. Make sure that they have plenty to eat and to drink. And you might want to also watch for the salt. When you're putting out salt, keep it away from the pet's paws. It's not going to be good for them. It can get stuck between their paws. So we're going to watch for that. All right, so stay connected with us. We're going to do some weather updates overnight tonight into tomorrow. So we're going to be keeping you updated on what's going on. I'll be on Facebook Live. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. You can follow Weekend Meteorologist Brittany Lawrence on Facebook. Check out the ConchoValleyHomepage.com for updates. Check out our Concho Valley Homepage app on your phone. You can get weather alerts through that. And before I let you go, I just kind of want to let you guys know about some road conditions right now. I know everything is snow covered and ice covered, and it's just not advised to travel. But I am looking at drivetexas.org. You can go to this website, drivetexas.org, and you can see current road conditions reported by TxDOT. Just want to let you know, US 83 between Eden and Menard is closed at this time. So they've closed US 83 at this time between Eden and Menard, and then Menard and Junction is also closed. Another road closure between Mertzen and El Dorado is RM 915. That road is also closed because it is snow covered and ice covered at this time and deemed that it should not be traveled on. So be expecting that. You may see some more road closures as we go through the rest of the evening and into tomorrow morning. As for now, I'm taking questions on Facebook Live. If you have any questions about the current weather that's going on, just let me know. Drop a question in the comments there. I'm going to be checking that out as well. So just keep them coming. And also, if you've got photos, you can send them to us on the Concho Valley homepage. You can go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com and send us photos on our website. Just click the weather tab and click submit your photos and videos, and you can fill out a form there to submit your photos and videos. We'd love to see those. We'd love to be able to share them with our viewers like we did at the beginning of this live cast. So keep them coming. Just let us know what's going on, what you're seeing. Also, if you're going to be doing some measurements here across the Concho Valley, just keep in mind that you're going to have some areas that have a little more snow than other areas do, just because it's been blowing around and it's been piling up in some of the areas. So just keep that in mind. Again, looking at road conditions, they're going to continue to deteriorate even worse than what they are now, because we continue to have this line of snow showers continuing to move through much of the Concho Valley. Traveling is just not advised for us here as we go through the rest of the afternoon, evening, and overnight, and even into Monday morning. Monday morning commute is going to be a mess for us here, as this snow is going to be sticking around for us, as temperatures are likely not to get above freezing till we head towards later into the week. All right, that's it for this Facebook Live. We'll have more coming up later this evening and overnight as things warrant. Thanks for tuning in. And again, as always, check ConchoValleyHomepage.com for the latest, and check the Concho Valley Homepage app for more information.